December the 29th at 7, only on WYMT.
Like many across the region, folks in Perry County are dealing with water woes. We'll have an update from Hazard and other areas throughout the region. And a new canine is patrolling the streets of Floyd County. We introduce you to Bear, the Floyd County Sheriff's Office's newest canine officer.
And we've got rain on the way as we head into the holiday weekend. Very latest coming up as Mountain News at 6 starts right now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
The city of Hazard has declared a state of emergency. Numerous water leaks have resulted in low water pressure for some and no water at all for others. WYMT's Dakota Maker has talked with the city to find out what's being done to resolve the issues.
Water woes continue for the city of Hazard.
It's getting to be pretty sort of a normal thing, a couple times a year.
City leaders declared a state of emergency Wednesday as crews continued to fix broken water lines caused by the recent Arctic blast. The city was almost caught up in repairing lines damaged by July's flooding.
We did record repairs, and we had a lot of government agencies and a lot of people that come in that helped us, that told us, the people would be out 6 to 8 months, and we were 95% with people back on water in 28 days.
The cold snap is causing crews to work around the clock. Hazard City Manager Tony Eversole says as of Thursday afternoon, parts of the south and north ends of the county are still without water.
Everything comes from the Liberty tank and then feeds in different directions. And that's, we have to have the water in Liberty before the other tanks can catch up.
Scott Feltner lives in Perry County. He is one of the many people across the county with little to no water, saying his family has to use jugs of water for everyday tasks.
If you put long hours in a day of work, you come home and ready to relax, sit down, get a shower, and try to watch some TV, and you turn the faucet on, there's no water. It does get aggravating.
Eversole says the state of emergency allows them to get water trucked in and get funds from the state to help aid in repairs. In Hazard, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
Eversole says he hopes the city can have most of the water turned back on by the end of the weekend. People in Martin County have been greatly affected by recent water outages. Frigid temperatures caused many pipes to freeze, including a 14-inch main line, which caused mass outages in the county just before Christmas. Harold Lowry lives near Inez and says people in his area are struggling.
Emergency management did a handout, but people like us didn't know about till the water was gone. And we got people right here in this area, that are on a very limited income and don't have $5 for a case of water. But yet we get nothing brought out. It's not right. We pay for the service and need to provide it.
Martin County water officials say they are recovering from the outage quicker than in years past, but that the entire water system is outdated and needs replacing. Folks in eastern Kentucky are not the only ones dealing with water woes. In Lincoln County, hundreds are without. About 500 McKinney residents serviced by the McKinney water system were impacted, but their hardship became worse when the Stanford water system cut off its supply to their community. Stanford officials say they had to cut off the supply because most of their water was being used by McKinney residents, which was depleting their reserves. Officials say water has been gradually restored to McKinney residents after being shut off on Sunday. McKinney water officials say they've not been able to find any leaks in their system. While many places are still without water, there are a few impacted locations that have started to see service restored. In Floyd County, Wilma Kidd said she had not been able to do dishes, laundry, or even flush the toilet for nearly a week. That changed yesterday as water service was restored to her home.
I don't know how much you appreciate something until it's gone.
A Southern Water spokesperson says there was a 4-inch line going into the area that was broken. The spokesperson said crews have been working nonstop in affected areas to get the water flowing once again. Burst water pipes are not the only problem that's resulted from the recent winter weather. Flights, including those offered by Southwest Airlines, have been canceled, and thousands of them. One Kentuckian says she was visiting family for the holidays, but now she's stuck in North Carolina because of a canceled flight. Jan Bray says she's not worried about her luggage, but she is worried about her medication. As a dialysis patient, Bray says she takes about 28 pills a day to combat the symptoms of her treatment, but she says now she's running dangerously low on several of them.
It's 4 medications that I'm out of. It's not just about getting home. It's about these kind of, help me live.
Bray says her doctor was able to get an emergency order of medication that should get to her in time. She says she is fortunate to be with her family as she deals with her medical issues, but she worries that other people may not be as fortunate. She has a flight home scheduled for Saturday morning.
Continuing to watch, conditions stay on the warmer side as we head through the next 24, 48, well, really the whole rest of the week almost. Here's a look outside right now as we look into downtown Somerset. It's all quiet, though there will say some folks have been getting out into downtown Somerset at this hour. Christmas trees still on. Here's a view from Buffalo Mountain here in Perry County. You can see those clouds working in. Look at that temperature, 61 degrees. We should be 44 for a high this time of year, 45. And many of us are well above that, upper 50s to lower 60s out there today. Notice, though, dew points are still in the 30s and 40s, so we're not quite there yet when it comes to some of this rain trying to scoot in. You see that moving toward Lake Cumberland, not making much of a difference once it gets past about Monticello. I'm not sure much of that is reaching the ground, but I can't rule out a sprinkle as we head through tonight. Mid-40s, partly to mostly cloudy skies expected. Details on when we return some of those showers to the forecast in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. The Floyd County Sheriff's Office is hoping to get more collars in the new year, taking a bite out of crime by adding some new collars to its crew. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more as the newest K-9 deputy clocked in this week.
The Floyd County Sheriff's Office is in the process of rebuilding.
Kind of a little bit of relief comes over you that we're almost there. We're getting back.
While promising to always remember.
That dog Drago was an animal, son. He was a little fur missile, but I got to say, K-9 Bear, he's going to be a good one.
He just wants lovins. He knows he's going to go to work.
The newest deputy hit the streets this week.
He's not a Drago yet, but we're getting there.
Yes.
K-9 Bear joins handler Alan May in the department's efforts to serve and protect.
In a world full of narcotics, a world full of people that run, a world full of people that, go missing, that ability to have a dog to track, the ability to have a dog that can smell drugs, the ability to have a dog that will chase down a bad guy. It's amazing.
Stepping into the role as the first new furry crime fighter since K-9 Drago was killed during the Allen ambush.
I won't say it completes us, but it does give us a feeling of we're getting back. We're almost there.
And though no K-9 could fit Drago's collar, May says the new addition to the team is more than equipped to get his paws on the perks.
Best security system I've ever had.
Keeping the deputies safe.
Anything with the press of a button, I got a partner to back me up.
The drugs off the streets.
I'm really hoping that fear that these canines instilled is back established to the streets.
And providing a deep sigh by adding some fur to the fight. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
And tomorrow is the 6-month anniversary of the ambush in Allen. Bear is one of 2 new canines for the department. The second police pup will head into its 8-week training with Deputy Dustin Newsom soon. We now know the arrangements for Harlan Boys Choir co-founder David Davies. He died yesterday at the age of 87. Davies' visitation will be Tuesday from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the Harlan Baptist Church, with the funeral beginning at 2. Davies will be buried at Rest Haven Cemetery. One volunteer fire department in Logan County, West Virginia is paying tribute to one of their fallen brothers in a post on the Cora Volunteer Fire Department Facebook page. Officials announced the death of their safety officer, Jeff Jones, on Friday. We're told Jones had battled some severe health issues recently and was not able to overcome them. His funeral arrangements are not known at this time. The attorney of two mothers filed a lawsuit in Magoffin Circuit Court yesterday against the Magoffin County Board of Education and the bus driver who was behind the wheel when a school bus crashed on November 14th. Officials say 18 students and the driver were on board at the time of the crash. Nobody was killed, but everyone suffered at least minor injuries. The lawsuit says the Board of Education was, quote, negligent in entrusting the bus to the driver. The mothers say their children suffered, quote, severe bodily injuries because of the crash. The lawsuit says the mothers are seeking an unspecified amount of money for various reasons. A report from the Mine Safety and Health Administration says a series of safety violations contributed to the death of a Lynch coal miner. 33-year-old James Brown was killed in a roof collapse on March 20th in the Darby Fork mine in Harlan. The report says the mine operator, Enmit, failed to perform a required examination to spot possible hazards, and the proper support needed for the section of roof that killed Brown was not in place at the time of the incident. Brown had 13 years of mining experience and left behind a wife and 3 kids.
Well, yet more showery weather is on tap as we head through the remainder of the year and into the next. Details coming up after this. Plus,
the Kentucky football team continues their preparations for the Music City Bowl. We'll have a report from Nashville.
WYMT News app offers